Namaste, everyone. This is Harsha Ramaya live at 5 on her favorite show, Live at 5, on her favorite page, Small Wonders. And this week, as I had told you, this week we are having Small Wonders Expert Talk Show series, wherein I'm inviting experts pan India on the show, and we are discussing a lot of important things. We are addressing the topics that are the need of an hour. So today on this show, I have invited one of my very near and dear friend, and I'm sure everyone on this page knows her very well because she's been to Bhavnagar for a lot of training sessions with ECA, with TAI. So she's none other than Miss Hiran Bagadia. She is the director of Balaji EduServe and a very, very gentle and kind human being. Hi, Hiran.
Hi, Harsha. Thank you for having me here. Hello, participants.
Hi. So, Hiran, today, as you know, that we are going to talk about mom and teacher.
Yes.
Since the lockdown was announced, everyone was having one question in the mind कि अभी तो vacation है कोई problem नहीं है, but when will the schools resume and when will the children go to school? Now, once this unlock period has started, gradually one or the other things have started opening. The schools are still at a pause. And now what has happened? The schools have come virtually in our drawing rooms, on our mobiles,
Yes.
and the mother has now become a teacher. So that transition is not easy at all because I'm sure you will agree to this point that if at all I am a teacher by profession, for my child, I need third party. So, always it happens that for teachers also, they need some other people to teach their children. So it's the case with everyone. So mom is good in her role, but when she becomes a teacher, it is altogether a very difficult journey. So, Hiran, can you just help us to understand that how a mother can, have a smooth transition, balancing the role of a mother and a teacher?
Right, sure. So, Harsha, I would just start with a small poem, okay? Because when we say mother, so mother is comes on a very emotional note, right? So, it is like if you ran to help me when I fell, and would have some story to tell or kiss the place to make it well. Who's going to do it? It's always the mother, right? So, mothers have always been the first teacher of a child, come what may, right? So this proverb, it does not exhaust that the mother is only the personality who teaches the first word to her child or anything. The mother is one who creates a permanent impression on the child, okay, and throughout his or her life, she shapes up the child into a great personality, right? So now given the current situation where the mothers are playing a double role, that of a mother already and of a teacher. Now we already know that the mother is a teacher by herself. So what we generally do is, when the child is in the womb, we read a lot of books about what is going to happen, what is the next developmental stage, and all of that, right? So, for the mothers, for a smooth transition, I would suggest the mothers that firstly, equip yourself with the child development, right? Know the complete child development, know every stage of your child. That today, if my child is a 2-year old, all of a sudden, why is he having terrible twos? What happened to the child? So try to understand them emotionally, see what are the things that you can do with them, right? The one thing that I would tell all the mothers here, or the parents, in fact, both the father and the mother, that whenever there is a change in the routine, you have to prepare the child. It's like giving an advance warning to the child. It is not a warning, but it is preparation to the child that, yes, okay, now we are not going to go to school physically. We may not be able to see our teacher in front of us. We may not be able to meet our friends. But yes, we are going to sit on over the laptop or on the phone, and we are going to have a friends who we can see over here, and this is the teacher who's going to talk. So what am I doing here? I am preparing the child for the same, right? So the first thing I would always say, all the mothers, prepare the child for everything. Even if I have to go for a wedding right now, obviously we are not going to go for any weddings, but I'm just giving an example. Start preparing the child since 15 days. So we are going to go for a wedding. It's going to take so long. We are going to wear those heavy clothes. We are going to meet a lot of people. So what is happening? The child is getting prepared, right? So it is not a shock on the day of the wedding. Oh my God, I have to wear these clothes. I have to meet so many people. I have to talk to so many people. So the child has already knows what is going to happen. So prepare the child. The second one is to use a language with the children, which is very, very simple. Sometimes what happens during such situations, we also come under tension, or, we are also under that stress that there's already so much work to do and the child is messing up things, right? So what we do is we throw our tantrums on the child without understanding that the child is actually looking at me. So how I am reacting to the situation, right, the child is also going to react the same way in another situation, right? So it is very important that we keep our language as simple as possible. Avoid making any kind of threats. We do that a lot. તો આમ કર્યું છે ને તો જોઈ રાખજો, હું તને છે ને આમ જ કરીશ. તો હવે તો હું તને દરવાજે પાછળ પૂરી જ દઈશ, right? So why do we need to give those threats? Instead, give a reason for everything. अगर જેટલા reasons આપણે આપશું, the more reasons we give to the child will actually understand no matter what the age is. And what the children like, the last thing that I would say about this is, in the smooth transition, offer choices to the children. It is very, very important. ભલે લિમિટમાં આપો, but offer that choice કે આજે તને કયો ટી-શર્ટ પહેરવો છે, આજે આ 5 ટી-શર્ટ છે, એમાંથી તું ચૂઝ કર તને કયો પહેરવો છે, right? So what will the child feel કે હંમેશા authority છે ને મમ્મી જ મારા ઉપર નથી નાખતી. I also have my choice. There is somebody asking me. Don't we as adults also like when somebody asks you for an opinion? It is just the same way, right? So the children, what are they doing? They will learn to listen to you the same way as you are listening to them. So that will help in a proper smooth transition in whatever the given situation, whether હમણાંની COVID situation છે, lockdown situation છે, when you're staying at home, whether you're working from home, you have your home ઘરનું કામ plus office નું કામ, right? So when you balance all these things, it will definitely help in smooth transitioning for the child.
Wonderfully put up, Hiran. I liked three things that you said about understanding child development, about making the child aware. That is,
Yes.
I think, very important because this conditioning is very, very important. Because as we all suddenly faced this lockdown, we were not ready for this and how we reacted. So given for this matter, children are always given the situations without any prior notice or without any prior understanding. So I think you very rightly put up that if we condition the child or if we make them mentally prepared, the results will definitely be different. Because for a wedding, you explained so beautifully that may it be a simple wedding, but if we have prepared the child, even the child has something on his mind, and in the process, when ultimately we reach the wedding destination, we can always take it further कि मैंने आपको ये बोला था ये नहीं करना है. So this is a very simple tip, Hiran, but I think that if this tip is practiced on regular basis, कोई भी situation में, not only COVID but otherwise in regular parenting also, if we try and condition our child or make them prepare, I think half the work is done. And the third thing that you said, that using simple language, I think it is really going to impact and help us go a longer way, because children really understand simplified language. So I think if these three things are kept and they are put in place, I think the transition is going to be definitely smooth. Here are my next question. In your talk, you mentioned about moms being the first teacher. By default, it is the truth. Because I'll just take an example of Mahabharat, since it's running on the show. Abhimanyu had learned, to break that Chakravyu or to enter that Chakravyu in Subhadra's womb. So that kind of a bonding mother has. since the time she carries that child in the womb. So automatically by default, this teacher tag lies with the mother. So can you
Yes.
help me elaborate on this? Because I'm sure that when you will explain, every one of us, every mother who is listening to us will definitely relate and try to understand that, okay, it's me who has to take the charge. So Hiran, on to you.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Harsha, for that question. So, even when we tell the shloka, to me, Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva, right? In that entire shloka, who is, the first personality that you talk about? It's always the mother,
Mother.
right? So, among all the four, so the mother, the father, the teacher, the God. So, mother is always referred firstly and foremostly, right? So she is actually the person who can impress the child. Why? As you said, right from the time, the connection with the child is right from the time the child is in the womb, right? So even a baby who is not who is crying so much, how they soothe them, they just keep it over here near the heartbeat of the mother, and the child is feeling a little soothed. Why is that? Because the child connects with the mother much more than, of course, I don't want to tell the father does not do anything. The father also has an important role. The father should not feel bad about it. But yes, mothers do make that impression at least in the first 6 years of the life of the child. Okay, so when it comes to mother as a teacher, mother always has a emotional bonding. So the word emotional emotions come over here. And the first 6 years of the life, it is very important that along with that IQ, the EQ also needs to develop, right? So she is the one who is has the ability to make even a dull child into a brilliant child, right? But she has to take that interest in the child. Of course, all the mothers, they want their child to be the best. They ensure that they're giving the best to the child, whether it is healthy food, whether it is the best of the school that they choose for the child. They see that everything there's. But then again, over here, when I say as a teacher, what does a teacher do? She does build an emotional building, but she gives that little independence also to the child. So that is something very important. So as a mother, also, I cannot hover around the child all the time. કે તું એ શું કરે છે તું એ ખાધું તું એ પીધું તું એ કેમ આમ ન કર્યું all the time. What am I doing? I'm only hovering around the child. Give the child a little independence and the child will come back to you, right? Then what I would say is, now whatever the mother teaches, okay, right from the beginning, it's more like a divine teaching. Okay, so whether it is learning to hold a hand and walk, or whether it is teaching the words or anything like that. So and we know many mothers who have made heroes out of their children. Like if you talk of Shivaji Maharaj, his mother was the one to encourage him to get him where he was. Thomas Alva Edison was one. He did not get a chance to go to school because they could not afford fees, but his mother had done homeschooling. That is what is coming back right now, right? So it is not that his mother was already a teacher, she knew what exactly it was just going with the flow. See the interest of the child, not your interest as a mother कि मैं ये नहीं कर पाई इसलिए I want my child to do it, और वो बाजू वाला कर रहा है इसलिए मुझे भी करवाना है. See the interest of the child and develop all the life skills. Involve the child in everything that you do. That itself becomes a self learning for the child. So maybe if you are cooking or you're sorting vegetables or anything like that. So the teacher in the mother should just wake up. It is there within the mother. It should just wake up. How does that happen? Communication. So communication. The more you talk to the child will get more aware around his surroundings. So I think that is one thing that is going to help the child. So as I told you, the teacherhood is already there in the mother. It is just that it has to wake up and it has to come in front of the mother.
Wonderfully said. Wonderfully said. Beautifully put up, Hiran. And during your talk, you just mentioned about the homeschooling and about Thomas Alva Edison. So that brings me to my next question, which is, I think, the most important question of today's session. that I've seen and I've talked and I've received a lot of feedback from moms specifically when it has come about virtual learning. Moms are not equipped. Either
Mhm.
they don't have the device, or if at all they have the device, they have no clue about any software, about its functioning, because it's not easily done then said. It's easily said कि आप ये button दबा दो, Zoom की meeting में आप चले आओ, but it's
Yeah.
not that easy. So I just want some tips from your side, that how can moms equip themselves when it comes to virtual learning? Because whatever is coming from school, definitely it is for the child, but it has to go through the mother. So mother is going to be the mediator, the facilitator in this respect. So if she is not equipped, what happens at the end? The session that the teacher has taken does not reach to the child. So
Yes.
ultimately it frustrates the mother, and then she starts chatting on the WhatsApp group, releasing her frustration or venting out, because she's looking for help. So I just put this question to you, Hiran, that kindly guide the mothers that how can they equip themselves.
Yes. So, see, I think we as human beings have always evolved, right? So, there was a time when we did not have telephones at home. Then, slowly, we had that dialing wala telephone. From that came the button wala telephone, right? So, what did we do? We evolved, we learned, right? Then came just the simple phones, and then came the smartphones, right? So when there were smartphones, what did we do? We learned everything, right? So a mother is a superhuman being, is what I consider, and there is nothing that a mother cannot learn, right? So whenever you have to upgrade yourself, you can take a help of somebody who can help you out with the technical part I'm talking, right? Then the second thing is, you need to communicate. Now, if it is a virtual learning that we are talking about, virtual learning, how to equip myself? Firstly, I need to understand the technical part of it, right? Second thing, I have to understand that as the procedure is new for me as a mother, the same thing is with the teacher also. So even the teacher is also learning that same thing, that even she is also learning the technicalities. So she may also take some time. So it cannot be that the teacher is having magical powers and she has done it overnight, right? Plus, she needs to understand the school also, that yes, the school had set it up in another way for the year, but right now in that little duration they have done a lot of changes, right? So a lot, she just like how we have the triangle, that is the school, the teacher, and the parent and the child. Now all the three are always looking for the children, so you need to work hand in hand, right? Sometimes what we do as mothers is we went up so much on our WhatsApp group without understanding. Instead of that, I would always suggest the parents to communicate with the teacher, that how she can equip herself where she needs help, and she can even assist the teacher if given a chance. That way, I think that will work. Right now, what is needed in this situation is to work hand in hand, not pinpoint fingers. It is to work hand in hand, right? So that is one thing. Then for seven, to support the child, now what she has to do is she has to set up a routine. Otherwise, when the school was running in a normal way, I'm sure the mother must have set a routine, like yes, morning, this is the time the child is going to wake up, this is what he's going to drink and go, this is what is going to take it in the tiffin. So she has set a routine. Right now the things have changed, so the same way how you set up a routine earlier, set up a routine right now and set your expectations. Tell the child that yes, see, like how you prepared the child, now tell the child this is what is going to happen, right? So now the child knows what is expected from him. Then third thing is, you need to make a space, a nice space for the child. It is not कि मैं खाना बना रही हूँ बाजू में तो उसको बाजू में बिठा दिया. Then the child is more interested to know what you are doing rather than what my teacher is doing, because you are standing in front of me, right? So let there not be any distractions, but you need to monitor कि क्या हो रहा है. You can, I told you, don't hover around, but at least monitor कि क्या हो रहा है. So it can be a nice quiet place, a learning environment. You can make a tent also where the child will be interested to sit for some time. It's a new space for him also. Uh, then you can give short instructions to the child. Okay, कि okay, अगर वो बैठ नहीं पा रहा है for very long, of course we don't expect our age group children, the early childhood years, the children to sit in front of the laptop and learn what the teacher is teaching. You need to sit and you need to do it along with the child. So if the teacher is singing a song, sing along with the child, right? So you have to do that. Once you do that, what happens then? You create that bonding with the teacher plus with the child. So even the teacher is very happy that yes, perfectly I can see how the parent is also getting involved. So the next part would be getting involved. Get involved with everything that the child does. Make it interesting for him. Like, if I sit to write, my child has no problem writing. But only if he has to write, he will say, ખાલી માલે જ લખવાનું છે પણ તમને તો કઈ આપતા જ નથી homework, right? So why is like that? You have to get involved. Then I would say that other things that a parents needs to do, this is not for virtual learning, but you can start from there. You can just make you can take it up from the YouTube, take any exercise routine or something like that, or a dance routine, and dance along with the child, do the things along with the child. That way it'll give that thing that yes, when she's also doing it, so it is nice and funny, so even I will also do it along with me, right? And other things are, as I said, communication. That is one of the most important. I think this is there for everything. Communicating with the child, communicating with the spouse, communicating with the teacher, communicating with the school. So these will help the mother equip everything and clear all her doubts for the virtual learning.
Wonderful, Hiran. Wonderful. I think these tips are basic, very simple, yet very informative and very effective. So I think if we work on this, and specifically you've underlined this word communication, I think it is the key for every problem. So if you communicate well, I think half the battle is won at that point of time. Hiran, my last and important, the most important question is that how can mothers, you very well mentioned about hovering and keeping an eye, very well you explained that difference. How can the mothers get involved pre-virtual sessions, during the virtual sessions and post-virtual sessions? Why I have put this question is because the feedback that I got from the mothers is that we also sit in the session and we hear the teacher. So we are, what happens, the child is understanding or nahi, mother is there to pinpoint. You took that point in your session also. So I just want you to explain that if a mother is sitting with the child during the sessions, before the sessions, and post sessions, what is her role in this entire virtual academic session?
Yeah, sure. So over here, I'm sure that all parents know what is going to be taught to the child. So I'm sure most schools share the syllabus as to what the child is supposed to learn, right? So it's mainly the basics, right? So what can I do first as a mother is I have to, I can look into many videos or something like that and equip myself firstly that how this particular topic can be made interesting. Okay, so and I am, but one thing I need to tell is always teach a topic after the teacher has taught and do not teach it in prior. Because if I have taught it in prior, my child is just going to look like this in front of the camera because I already know it and the boredom will set in, right? So whatever has been taught in the previous years, all right, that can be just revised through in your day to day routine. So if it is pre, then I am only preparing the child for the setup, right? Then during the session, I am with the child. Now the main question comes post. So pre and during, I know what I have to do, but the post is very important. So once I know that the teacher has taught this particular topic, I can take that in my day to day routine. मेरे दिन का जो routine है, उसमें मैं क्या क्या बना रही हूँ. Maybe if I'm learning about animals, then I can just sing a song on animals. I can read a book on animals, right? I have to ensure that I am repeating it because reverence is very very important over here, right? So what am I doing now? I am helping the child understand what the teacher has also done, right? And I am also ensuring कि मेरी तरफ से भी मैं कुछ सिखा रही हूँ, like that. They see, everybody wants to feel that he, I have done something for the child also, right? Each one wants to
Correct.
take that. Judge can each one
Yes.
wants to take that, right? So that is there. But I would always suggest all mothers to undergo the child development course. I don't know why, but I feel it is very important. Like, when you want to become something, you undergo a course. But when you become a parent, we don't undergo any course. And that's when we tend to get confused at every levels. Right. So if I want to read a story, I can look into the videos that are available, how I can tell a story. If I want to sing rhymes, again, I can look through and learn how to so I need to upgrade as a parent, I would say. So upgrading myself is very important. So post virtual, I would always say that let the mother just repeat and just go through it again for the child throughout the day. And it cannot be like
Wonderful.
every hour she's doing it. It can be just once in a while. Otherwise the child is
Exactly.
going
So I think that is also very important
to.
because then you don't have to take a toll over you, it's just a part of a day. So it's not the entire day that you have to run behind the child. So
The
wonderfully
child.
said, Hiran.
Yeah.
Hiran, last and very important to tell you is that it's very, very nice that you accepted my invitation and you are on this show. But definitely, we are looking for such more shows because Hiran, I want some expert to come in and talk to the parents, because everyone in this community, when we call parents, are confused and they
Yeah.
really don't have a way out. So we need to address these issues and we need to again and again talk because what happens, lot of information explosion is there. So दिमाग के अंदर इतना भर जाता है that whatever we have talked today goes down. So I
Yeah.
think we have to use that refresh button more often in today's life. So in near future also we are planning Hiran to have some more sessions and
Sure.
as you said about the child development, I also urge the parents because once you do this course, you will have a different perspective to looking to a child. Otherwise, you have a set of perspective that is given to you by either your in laws or your moms or your family members. But once you yourself have this course done, you will be able to understand it in a better way. So I also with you recommend the parents that at least if you're not able to do this kind of a course, at least try and listen to those kind of talk shows which give these kind of information. So Hiran, once again, thank you so much, and today's session was very, very informative, and I'm sure that parents are going to get the best out of it. And once they start implementing what you said, I think difference definitely will happen, and they themselves can evaluate कि हाँ ये पहले था, and after hearing this and after implementing this advice, this was the change that I could make. So Hiran, thank you so much for being on this show and giving your valuable time.
Thank you. Harsha, I would just want to say one thing to all the moms present here is like, Rudyard Kipling, it was a very nice quote. He said that God could not be there everywhere. So he created mothers. So we are actually very special to a child. And, let's work towards giving the best to the child.
Absolutely. So, Hiran, today during your entire talk, you've ignited that spark of being the superpower or holding that ultimate power in ourselves. So, I'm sure, as you said in between also, that वो ताकत को जगाना पड़ता है. So, definitely we have to, shake ourselves and find that power and ignite that power to, make the things happen that we are looking for. So, thank you, Hiran. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Harsha. What a
Bye
pleasure.
bye. Bye.